Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tarot for Kindness. Tarot for Kindness is our weekly get together where myself, Madam Pamita, and my wonderful friend and magical colleague, magical family, like you're really like my magical child, right? Get together and we do readings for you guys, live streamed readings for $10 per card. 100% of your proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in this full-scale invasion. We partner with our friends Subotin Harbor, who are a grassroots organization in Kyiv. They help seniors in Zaporizhia and Kyiv and bring food to them. $40 buys 2 weeks worth of groceries for a senior. They've also been bringing battery operated lights that they can rechargeable lights, so that when the electricity goes out, that people have the ability to at least have light and not fall and hurt themselves and so on. So they're doing really good things in Ukraine, and we're providing that. You guys are providing it by making your donations so that we can send those donations along to them. Do you want to introduce yourself, Love Witch?
I'm Love Witch. I'm here all the time. You know me.
So I'm going to be doing tarot readings with my regular Wiser tarot deck. And you're going to be doing what today?
I've got my bag of charms here for some good old-fashioned charm casting.
I love charm casting.
Yeah, and yesterday I was cleaning my room, so several more charms in this bag that were discovered in various areas.
It didn't end up in the vacuum cleaner. I wanted to make a couple of announcements while we're waiting for you. So you can make your donations on PayPal. You can also make a donation on Venmo, or if you can make a donation down below on Super Chat, which is a little button that looks like a $sign right here on YouTube. Any one of those options works. While we are waiting for those donations and the readings to come in, I wanted to make a couple of announcements about things that are happening at the Parlor of Wonders. So let me share my screen if I can do that. Here we go. Let me find it. Oh, I've got too many windows open. There we go. All right, here we go. Now I can share it. So do you see that? Is it visible?
Yep, looks great.
Okay. So if you have questions about magic and you'd like to ask those questions, you can, or you want a consultation really about a spell, like what kind of spell work should you do? What spell kit would be best for your magical situation? You can join us at the free live magic Q&A tea party. It will be going on for the next 3 weeks. I will not be there, but we have an amazing team. Honoreo, the Love Witch, and Miss Kelly will be there. They will be answering your questions and making recommendations of things, if you need help, like how do I do a spell for this, or this is my situation, or you have general questions about magic. What does this mean or that mean, or something like that? You can bring these there. We also are offering free spell lessons and recommendations for the resistance. If you are part of the magical resistance to this incoming authoritarian regime, well, you've got company, because so are we. We are resistors, loud and proud. We do not believe in this horrible Christian theocracy. We don't believe in it. So if you want to resist too, you can join us and learn about it. It takes place every Sunday, except for the first Sunday of the month. But I think you guys are going to do the first Sunday of the month, because I'm not teaching.
Yeah, I added it today because I was thinking I don't have commitments on the first Sunday.
Exactly. So normally I teach a workshop, so we will have one on the first Sunday of the month this month. Oh, that's not accurate. Forget about that, because I won't be there, but everybody else will be there. And I will be back on December 15th. It takes place at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And you can join and get the link to join. It's private. It's super private. It's only on Zoom. It's not streamed anywhere. We're not streaming it now while we're participating in the magical resistance, and we're making it super private. So if you want to join in, you can sign up at spellsquad.com, or you can go to this QR code and sign up. You will get a link so that you can join us, and voila, you are in. You are part of the resistance. We also have a Hex the Patriarchy spell kit. If you're ready to get down and ready to bring it down, to burn it down, you can get the Hex the Patriarchy candle spell kit. It's designed to help you channel your energies toward dismantling oppressive systems, all of the systems, meaning not just patriarchy is that power over energy that is telling you you can't be queer, you can't be a woman, you can't be a person of color, you can't be an immigrant. Well, to hell with that. So that's why we made the Hex the Patriarchy Candle Spell Kit. So if you are a seasoned magical practitioner or you're new to spell work, this kit allows you to customize your practice according to your personal beliefs and intentions. While it's a hex candle, you can hex the concept of the patriarchy. If you don't feel comfortable hexing a person, I feel perfectly comfortable hexing evil people who are trying to hurt the people I care about. So yeah, I have no problem with it. And if you are, worried about, if you are Wiccan and you're worried about, well, I can't do a hex. Yep, a witch that can't hex can't heal. So you can hex rapists. You can hex racists. You can hex homophobes. And as long as you're not a rapist or a sexist or a homophobe or a xenophobe or any of those things, well, you don't have to worry about it. It's just hexing those people. So yeah, you can do that. And we've got so many other things that you can use at this time. You can check out the F the Patriarchy category in our shop at Parlor of Wonders. Resist, persist, we can win, and we can dismantle this horrible system. And our magic can help. Magic can help those that need to be protected, and magic can help dismantle this. And so, yeah, check it out at Parlor of Wonders. We also have the Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars coming out in January of 2025. It teaches you how to make magic with your pets or domestic animals, farm animals, wild animals. My book features over 100 spells, rituals, and recipes that you can do for bonding, attracting, protecting, communicating, and making magic with your animal allies. And what I'm doing as an encouragement to get you to pre-order, because pre-ordering really, 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 really helps authors in like a dramatic way. So if you pre-order the book, you will get a free bonus. The bonus right now is if you order it right now, pre-order it right now, you will get a free coupon to join me for my full moon workshop in January, which is an introduction to animal familiar magic. So that class normally costs $40. Everybody else is going to be paying $40. But if you pre-order the book, you will not only get the book when it comes out in January, you will get to go to this $40 class for free, which is a great gift. I think that's a great gift. You can join me for that live Zoom workshop. And all you have to do is go to animalfamiliars.com. It will show you the places that you can pre-order. It will give you the thing that you have to fill out once you pre-order so that you can get the coupon to join me in the class for free. We're also going to be dropping some other bonuses in mid-January and so on. If you sign up now, will get all of the bonuses, and that includes giveaways and a party and all kinds of other fun things. So if you want to get all the bonuses, now's the time to do it. Don't wait until mid-January, because then you will miss out on the class. Want to remind everybody that the Capricorn New Moon Lucky Money Frog Spell Kit is on sale now. The December Capricorn New Moon is perfect for setting the intention for abundance for the new year, attracting that beautiful abundance that you want and you need. It closes on December 15th. And if you would like to get it, you just go to newmoonspells.com, or if you go to Parlor of Wonders, you'll see it there on the front page if you scroll down. We've also put up our new moon spell kits for 2025, and they are absolutely gorgeous. The new moon spells are up on the website now. Every new moon spell for 2025 is going to feature an exclusive candle that is only available in the new moon spell kit. So we will not be selling these candles a la carte. You can only get them in the new moon spell kits. So check them out. You can go to newmoonspells.com and you can check those out there and get all excited about the spells that you're going to do. You can also subscribe to the New Moon Spell Kits or the New Moon Spell Kit and Workshop, or even the spell service, and have it on auto, repeat every month. You'll get the new moon spell and you can do that beautiful new moon spell candle and have an amazing year in 2025. The witchcraft workshops, which are the Slavic Sundays workshops, we're now calling them, in 2025, are all going to be about Slavic magic. These take place on the first Sunday of the month, except for December when I'm out of the country. I'll be back on December 15th. We'll have it then. But starting in January, we're going to have all these amazing Slavic magic workshops. So introduction to Slavic magic, Slavic weaving and spinning magic, egg magic, the talismanic beautiful Ukrainian Easter eggs are talismanic eggs, and crossroads magic, and Baba Yaga and spirits and everything. So you'll want to check those out. Again, this is something you can subscribe to and come to all of the workshops. And if you subscribe, you save 25% off the cost of admission, which is a good deal. So if you want to find out about that, you go to witchcraftworkshops.com and you'll see the Slavic Sundays workshops there. Our full moon workshops. The next one is December 14th, The Secrets of Psychometry. That one is up and ready. That one is up. I'm starting to put up all the full moon workshops. I think I'm about halfway through 2025. But our next full moon workshop takes place on December 14th. It's The Secrets of Psychometry. If you subscribe, you'll get $10 off your class fee, and you go to Full Moon Workshop or Full Moon Spell, and you'll get there and you'll find it. Lastly, you can write reviews and win $100. You want $100 to spend at the Parlor of Wonders? You could buy a workshop. You could buy a couple of workshops. You could buy some candle spells. You could buy a new moon kit. You could buy Hex the Patriarchy spell kit and then some. There's so many things you could do with $100 at the Parlor of Wonders. Well, if you write reviews at the Parlor of Wonders website, you will be entered into our monthly giveaway, where we're going to give away a $100 gift certificate for the month of November. For every written review, you'll automatically be entered into our monthly giveaway for that gift certificate. You can leave as many reviews as you want, and each one will get you an additional entry into that month's giveaway. So each month is a new month. We start fresh. These don't stack up. So each month, leave a few reviews, and those are free entries to win a $100 gift certificate. We randomly pick a winner each month, and we send them a gift certificate. And our winner for when we started this last month in October, our winner was Hannah B. So congratulations, Hannah B, for winning that gift certificate. But it could be your name that's up there next, right? You can find out more by going to magicgiveaway.com, or you just go onto the Parlor of Wonders, look at the things that you've bought in the past and write reviews for them. You don't need to do anything more than that. You'll be entered automatically. So there you go, all of the wonderful things happening at the Parlor of Wonders. Let me get this taken down. All right. What happened? Where'd you go?
Here I am.
How do I get rid of that? There we go. All right.
Something weird is going on, and the chat is not showing up here on Restream. I can see that people are chatting over on YouTube, and we have at least one question, but it won't let us write in the chat either. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, we'll just make do. We've got 3 weeks off, so we can figure it out during those 3 weeks.
Yeah, but so if you've sent a donation, let us know in the chat, and I guess I'll copy things over from the chat to.
Or you could just read them out loud.
Yeah, I can do that.
You don't need to type them. Just read them out loud, and I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just do it that way. No problem. We'll flow with it. Yeah.
Okay, so I see that Roger sent a donation, but I don't see Roger's question. So if you have a question, Roger, please retype it so that we know what it is.
And you can't get in the private chat either?
I haven't tried that one.
Oh, to make our little list.
Yeah,
it works. Okay. All right.
So.
Maybe because I was screen sharing?
I don't know. Something really strange is going on. But we have a 3-card reading for Cynthia. So Cynthia says, what spell can effectively address broken promises by event planners and promoters for upcoming Africa tour?
Oh,
really tight too. Been super stressful and disappointing.
Okay, so read it one more time to me.
Here, I'm gonna display it on the screen. Give me just one sec. Okay, can you see that?
No.
You don't see it on the screen below us?
No.
Oh, okay.
In the little private chat or our chat?
No, below our videos.
No. Is it showing yours?
Yeah, I can see it on the lower third. You don't see that?
Oh, now it is. Okay. Okay, great.
Thanks for hanging in there tonight, everybody.
It is Mercury retrograde. We're in that, time period where things go sideways a little bit. So what spell can effectively address broken promises by event planners and promoters for upcoming? Budget is really tight too. It's been super stressful and disappointing. 3-card reading on Venmo. Thank you so much. So we can talk about what is going on or how you can prevent this. You want to prevent the broken promises and promoters and planners, right? So preventing that from and drawing in people who are going to, honor their word and say what they're going to, promise and keep their promises, right? You want to invite those people in. So let's take a look at that. Thank you so much, Cynthia. And Roger, we're looking for your question. So
Roger just sent his question. So
okay, great. All right, you'll be next, Roger. Okay.
And I'm putting the QR codes back up now. Everybody's
okay
in the chat. So.
Oh, I kind of have to laugh because one of the cards that came up of your 3 cards is the 10 of Swords. Now, 10 of Swords in a context of like what's going on, it really is like closing one chapter and opening a new chapter. So I kind of love this because you're closing the chapter on these people that are not keeping their promises, and you're opening a new chapter for better people to come in. I think that also with the mindset of like knowing like if that door closes, another door will open for you and a better door will open for you is a great thing to remember. That that it is helpful to remember that even in tough situations, there's a gift, and the gift may be you're not going to get ripped off by those people. You're not going to deal with them again, and you're not going to get ripped off by them. Maybe you would have had the show with these people and they would have taken some extra money or something like that. I mean, if they're unethical in that way, what's to stop them from being unethical with the money that comes in? So it might not have been the best solution for your artist to be going with these people anyway. But I do see that change of like closing the door on this and opening the door to something better. But what made me laugh is that this is kind of like a poppet with pins stuck in. Was that what you were thinking while I was laughing?
I was laughing because look at the charm I pulled. It's these little scissors. So it's definite cutting out that has to be done.
Cut and clear energy, right? Cut that energy, cut those ties. And I mean, if you want to, you can, I'm going to say this. If you want to get a poppet, like we sell beeswax for molding poppets, and say you will be truthful, you will be honest, you can put that intention into a pin and stick it into the pin. Stick the pin in their mouth and say only truth will come out of your mouth. Put the pin in their hand, no money will come into your hand while you lie. I mean, you can do justice work with a poppet. It's not just a poppet to like harm someone or give them a headache or, those kinds of things. That's a very simplified version of a poppet, but you can actually affect their, like, may your lying mouth be closed until you start telling the truth. May no money come into your hands while you're committing theft and so on. This can be a way to work. So that's what I thought of immediately when I saw this, is working with a poppet. We have poppet kits and poppet wax. It's very inexpensive. You mold a little poppet. If you want to control them, you can use black for control and domination. If you want them out of your life, you can use banishing oil on them. And you can also, use a white one for clearing and cleansing the energy, getting them out of your life. If that's what you want to do, if you just want them out, what I would recommend is taking a piece of paper, writing their names on it, burning that paper over a cauldron or a piece of aluminum foil, taking those ashes out of your house, far away from your home, letting those ashes scatter in the wind, taking that foil and putting it in a recycling bin or a trash can away from your home, and then going back home, you're done with them. So it sort of depends on what you want to do. But this is like a good, strong ending with no going back to that energy. Like, I don't think you'll ever work with those people, but good riddance. They're not ethical people. And maybe this is the universe pushing you to the places that are going to be working with good people, so this can be helpful. I do see that actually. Look at the cards that follow that. We have the 10 of Cups, which is happy working, happy family energy, and happy results. This is the rainbow after the rain, after the storm. So you're in the storm right now. The rainbow is coming. And then Queen of Pentacles, there you are with money in your hand. So right now, with the things as they are, it looks like a big storm. It looks hard. But I do think this is the universe pushing you to a different scenario that's going to be much more happier, much more beneficial, and also make you some money and make the artist some money. So I can't see anything, even though it's hard, it's pushing you to something good. So Yeah. Yeah. You want to talk about your scissors?
Oh, sure. So I got these little scissors. To me, this just says really examining anyone who's not helpful right now, getting them out of the equation. They're only going to slow things down. They're only going to hurt your momentum and like discourage you. So get them out now. And I think this too, I see it like you don't have to see it as losing anything. Just look at it as an alteration, right? You're making it fit better. So, if we want our clothes to fit better, sometimes that means getting rid of a little fabric, and we don't mourn that fabric. We're glad to see it go. So yeah, don't be afraid to cut some stuff out right now. And also, this isn't just about people. This can be about, worrying, about unproductive thoughts, anything that's really slowing you down right now, cut it out. There's no purpose for it.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. You know what else is missing? The thing that tells us how many people are watching. So
I
something's
know.
different. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
something is up.
Well, maybe they updated and it changed things, and we don't know what
Did
they
it in a
changed.
really bad way.
They're trying to get us to pay more money or something.
Not a good way to do so.
All right. So Roger, thank you so much, Cynthia. We love you. We love your projects. We think it's so great. And just remember that rainbow is coming.
Absolutely.
Hi, Pamita. This may be a dumb question. There are no dumb questions to ask in a reading. But will all those so-called friends I deleted and blocked from my social media after the election get their karma in some form? Oh, that's a lovely intention. May they reap what they sowed, right? May they reap what they sow, which is a great intention. If they sow the wind, they reap the whirlwind, right? So it's like the seeds that they planted, it may come back to them. If you want to ensure it, you can do a reversing spell to send all their negative energy back to them. What a great spell to do. It isn't you harming them. If they don't have bad energy, they're not getting anything bad back. But if they have negative energy, they're gonna deal with that negativity and not you. So a reversing candle curse reversal spell kit is a great way to go if you want to do a little spell just to get them their karma. They're going to get their own karma and it's not going to affect you. That's a great way to work. So let's see let's see what we see in the reading. Okay. All right. Oh, I love it. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to do anything because the ancestors have got your back,
Love it.
baby. 10 of Pentacles. I love this card. Ask your ancestors to say, ancestors, can you take care of these clowns for me? Really, I think this is the way to do it, right? That's how you do it. Like, when somebody passes into spirit form, they absolutely oh, that's good. You did an egg cleanse earlier today. That's helped a bit. Good, good. When it's like our ancestors are our team, right? And our ancestors also are evolved spirits. As evolved as we can be, the ancestors are even more evolved because they're in pure spirit form. The ego is no longer part of the equation for them, so they can see compassion, kindness, equality, and the importance of all of those things that we see so evidently, but some people are being blinded, and thinking, they're being fed and they're ingesting the lies that are being put out there and the propaganda that's being put out there. So these enlightened ancestors that you have will absolutely do the work for you. I love it. You can ask your ancestors to take care of them.
Yeah.
Ask their ancestors to take care of them, because that's the other thing too, right? Their ancestors know better, and they can see that these misbehaving children are acting selfishly and blindly and ridiculously. So yeah, get the ancestors involved in this. I think that's a great card to show up for this, right? So good. You don't have to. Can you deal with these people, please? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. Develop your relationship with your ancestors. Honor your ancestors. They're there for you. They're in your corner. Absolutely. I love that. They'll also protect you as well. That's the other thing. If you feel
Yeah.
you need safety and protection, they will protect you as well. So yeah. What did you get for Roger?
My charm bag is in full Scorpio season tonight. I got this knife.
Well,
You were right to call
appropriate.
it out. Couldn't be clearer than that. I feel like, but with their support and with their actions, they've stabbed you in the back. So you were right to get rid of them. They will get their karma.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And you're not going to have to do anything for it. If you want to speed it up, I don't know. You could use some sharp objects, put some pins in something. But yeah, I think you need to just focus on yourself, focus on healing, focus on releasing, and focus on calling in much better people to take that spot. You've cleared up some space for people who need you right now. In our Q&A earlier, we were talking about the importance of community right now and coming together. You can't do that if you're with people who are working against you, right? So you have made space for those people who need you more and who you need more right now. So call those people in.
Come to the Live Magic Q&A tea party. It's a wonderful,
Mhm.
supportive little community. It's great. Yeah, spellsquad.com. You can sign up. But I also think it's like, one of the things that I want to encourage you, Roger, this is such a good thing. Your light, your kindness, your humor, your beautiful creativity, they don't get that anymore. They don't get to
Mhm.
enjoy that anymore. That's punishment right there, is by saying you don't get me anymore. You don't get to have me in your life anymore. And you don't get to have my humor and my kindness and my expressive creativity and all of those things. Nope, I'm cutting you off. And I think that knife is absolutely that. You cut them off, they don't get you, they don't get to get you and your energy anymore. Save that energy for people who love and appreciate you and support with kindness and want more kindness in the world, want more equality in the world, want more protection for people who are on the margins in this world. That's a good thing to want. And
Yeah.
if they don't believe in that, then they don't get you. They don't get your beauty. They don't get your fabulousness, and they don't get your humor and your fun and all those things. So they're freaking lost. They're lost,
Yeah, exactly.
right? That's how I feel when I start to get political on my social media. I lose followers. I really don't care. I really don't care. They don't get me anymore. They don't get
Mhm.
my humor. They don't get my wisdom. They don't get my um, coupons. They don't get whatever it is that we're offering. You don't get it anymore. You can go find somebody else to follow. Go find an idiot witch to follow. I don't know. Or go follow some
Just
Christian
follow someone else.
nationalists. Yeah, go follow Christian nationalists if that's what you want. It's very boring, and now in those groups, ugh, ugh,
Yeah,
a bunch of old white men being sour. Who wants
yeah.
that?
You wear your khaki pants and dogma.
Ew,
Yeah, right.
gross. I don't want that. That's for sure. Thank you so much, Roger. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Stay strong.
Uh, Devon is helping two grannies today. Oh my gosh, Devon, you're over and above. Oh my gosh, feeding two grannies this week. I missed last week. One granny for me, the usual. One granny for my son, my usual for him. I love it. Okay, so first we're going to read for you, then we're going to read for your son. All right, just seeing what's in the week ahead. Thank you so much, Devon. You are just the best. Oh, you guys are all the best. We love seeing you every week. Don't forget that we're going to be gone. I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks, so this won't be happening for 3 weeks. But then we'll be back in after December 11th, whatever that is, the 15th or the 16th or whatever of December. I'll be back. So we're going to take a few weeks off while I chase Krampus around Germany. while I stalk Krampus. All right. Oh, I love it. Good, good. Loving it, Devon. I'm loving it so much. Oh my gosh, Devon. It's actually a good week for you personally, and I love seeing that. First card that shows up is Queen of Swords. Good boundaries, girl. This is air sign energy. I know you're an air sign, and this is that ability to think very clearly, to have clarity, and also to draw good, healthy boundaries. I love this. She's compassionate, but she's also clear, right? Compassionate with that little mala beads around her wrist. You can barely see it in this card. And then holding that sword is that clarity, that mental clarity, and that communicating clarity. So I want to say to you, Devon, it's okay for you to draw healthy boundaries with people. Like, we can't talk about that. I'm not here for that is an okay thing to say. Or if you need to say to someone, I'm not the person to help you with that, you can find someone else, but draw those clear boundaries. You can do it with kindness and compassion, but that's it, man. It's like your energy. I almost feel like this is instinctively, I'm like protecting your energy. It's like protect your energy by drawing boundaries. That's how you do it, um, you can't be everything to everybody all the time, and so do some self-care by creating those boundaries. What I think we'll do is I'll do her four, and then you'll do a charm, and then we'll do her son's reading, and then we'll do a charm for him too. Okay. Second card for you, Devon. You can get to the top of the heap even in competitive situations. This is strong energy for success. Seven of Wands is like you can beat out the competition. You can climb to the top. It's going to take effort and energy. That definitely is a part of it, but you can get there. You can get up there to that place that you want to be. What's the mountain you want to climb right now? Is it something personal, goal that you have for yourself? Or is it something you want to achieve that's more public? Like you can do it. This is telling you this week, it's like, I think set your sights on those goals and take a step or an action toward achieving those goals. Not only that, but I also see for you like the passion of the Ace of Wands, which can be passion like romance, but it also can be like passionate creativity. Express yourself. I know you're very creative and you do so many little crafty things and things like that. This is a great week for you to express your creativity. This is a wonderful, wonderful way for you to like also talking about, I mean, I think these are all kind of like self-care cards I'm kind of getting, right? But that creativity is so nourishing. Just doing creativity and creative things just for yourself is such a nourishing, empowered act. It's such a wonderful thing to give to yourself. Lastly, Knight of Cups energy. It's like your personal mission, your personal quest. Like, what is your mission? What is your personal mission? What would you like to? I know what one of your missions is for sure. And you've already taken a big step toward that mission. And I think it's so amazing. But like to really get clear and to reflect on that mission and to like take it into your heart. Like, I am going to do this step by step. I'm going to get there. And that's what you want to do. Take it into your heart, that beautiful mission. I love it so very much. It's so great. Personal mission statement. All right. So then what do you have? What charm do you have for Devon? And then we'll do her son.
This adorable little frog. So to me, frogs are all about like leaping into action, really not letting anything slow us down, being really slippery and adaptable. Adaptability is huge with these guys because think about they don't start out as frogs, right? So you can really transform into anything that you want to, Devon. Scorpio season is prime time for transformation. So now is a really great week for you to be planting the seeds of what you want to transform into. Also, our Money Frog new moon candle just went on sale. So working with that spell could be a really powerful way to bring some money into your hands to achieve all those big goals that you have.
Yeah, it'd be really good. That'd be a really good one to invite that abundance for the year. What a good one. All right, so let's look at your son. What's coming up for him this week? Love that. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing for him. This is a week, like overall, as I'm looking at this is like a power week for him to really get into his leadership, whatever that looks like for him. This is Emperor card is showing up, which is a card of leadership, a card of like moving into increased power. There's something gorgeous about the Emperor too, excuse me, which is that he has longevity. So this isn't like leadership that's like there and gone or something like that. This is something that's long lasting. I have a feeling like even like with career, I don't know if he's looking for a job right now or trying to like get something going in terms of career, but this is such a good card in terms of career. And so if it would be a great time to look for that promotion or to ask for that promotion or to look for a job that's like a leveling up, be a great thing to do. Or to, if he's not working right now, to finding that job that's going to give him some that will give him that leadership role. Like he can move into a leadership role. So it may not be not like right at the beginning, but it's definitely moving in that direction of leadership. We also have Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands energy is magic time. Like she has that little black cat. She's got a wand, right? This is a magic lady. So I think about him doing like magic. If he does magic, this is like, it can be anything from affirmations, which I think are spells that we cast on ourselves, affirmations or intentions or manifesting. If he's into any of that, or if he's into magic, I don't know if he's into magic, but to focus that energy and to create what he wants to create, this is such a good, beautiful card for that. And magic is available to him. He is he is looking for a job, or he is magical, I wonder.
Trying to get a promotion.
Oh, promotion. Great week for that. So he might want to do some like affirmations for like self-talk to get to that place before he goes. Like I think what's so great to do is to look at yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and say, I'm successful. I'm a winner. I can achieve anything I set my mind to. I'm perfect for that position. Anything that's going to give him that pep talk could be a great thing to do. So yeah, I got this, it's interesting. I got that sense from this that he's looking for something or trying to get a higher level. And this is such a great week for that. I also see like that for him, like searching a little bit could be a good thing, like searching around. It could be simultaneously looking for that promotion, but also looking at other jobs that are a little bit higher level could also be a good thing at this time. To have options and to be looking around could be good, because if that option isn't available to him, there's going to be something else that is. So he can simultaneously be looking at job boards and things like that to look for those things. But I also see this kind of like desire to get out there and get what will be satisfying. So this is also a great card. And lastly, we have the Strength card. Strength card is the card of being empowered, doing it all. I think of this as like being strong, but gentle and kind. You can be both, right? You don't have to be an a-hole to be strong. That's the damn truth, right? He's trying to get a promotion. Yes, excellent. So I think, his kindness, but also his authority, his leadership, and his ability to be kind to those that he's in charge of is also really important, and something that he might want to highlight. I'm really good at managing people to get them to where they need to be and get everybody on board, and emphasizing that, because that's a skill that really can't be learned, that leadership role where you're taking on, like you're getting people on board to want to do the things and creating effective teams. I think he wants to emphasize that, if he's going to be managing people. I don't know if that's the case for the promotion, but also, his authority and his kindness, that is wonderful. This is a really, really good thing. And I feel like a good energy about him either getting that promotion or getting a job somewhere that's a higher level. This is a great week for that. So yeah. What charm did you get?
Well, first I wanted to say, like, I love I am affirmations, but I think sometimes if we tend to believe in other people more than ourselves, I like to look in the mirror and say, "You've got this," or "You are capable of this."
I do
And
that
that's like my highest self speaking to my current self in the mirror. And I do both. I do, "I've got this," "You've got this," and really try and like drill up some communal support and speak for my guides and speak for my ancestors and speak to myself like a friend, because I think I'm much better at like encouraging others and like cheering on others than cheering on myself. I can beat myself up. So maybe try "You are" if I am is not working for you.
Yeah.
Pretend like you're hearing it from somebody else. The charm I got is this airplane. So it's interesting. She says he's into magic and the unicorn candle is his favorite. I thought of the unicorn candle when I saw this because I'm like, oh yeah, he's going to soar to new heights. Whatever this promotion is, he's going to get it. Maybe he has some travel that will come from this job as well. I definitely associate airplanes with travel. So if this is a job that has a lot of travel, this is a very good sign that it's in the bag for him. But either way, I see him reaching new heights and soaring to new levels.
That's so great. That Eight of Cups also kind of represents travel, journeying out, looking outside, So I see that as well. It's so lovely. That's so lovely. Yeah. Well, our best wishes. And here's the thing, that that new moon is not coming until the end of the month, but you can do that spell now. You know, if he wants to, if he's asking for that now, he can do that spell now. You know, you don't have to wait until the end of the month to do it. If he wants to do it now, that's perfectly fine to get that ball rolling. So very good. I love that. We have, oh my gosh, we have so many people. This is great. Thank you so much, Devon. So we have Lina, Jessica, Galadriel, Helen, Kanan Mother, Adrija, and Miss Alex. So that's the order we're going to get to you. Thank you so much. Lina, thank you. 3-card reading. All right. So what are FF's true feelings for me? A 3-card reading in PayPal. Thank you so much. What are FF's true feelings? Okay. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, look at this. This is such a sweet combo right here. The 3 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. So 3 of Cups energy, let's talk about this first. I think of 3 of Cups energy being very light, very playful. So if you're feeling like, well, I want to get really serious in this relationship, or I want to have this very deep relationship, at first it's going to be like this, right? At first it's going to be light, playful, flirty, fun, having a good time, but without a commitment. That's the 3 of Cups energy. You know, those women are toasting, having a party, having a good time, dancing around, but it isn't really what I would call like deep, ponderous, serious feelings, right? But it's positive feelings, right? If you have that person that you love to like hang out with and play with and have fun and flirt, this is a good thing. So it's not a bad thing, but I would say initially we're looking at a relationship that is much more, let's say, flirty and superficial. However, we have the 10 of Cups following that, and 10 of Cups is a committed relationship. We have a couple there, there's children, there's a house. These are the things, but it's very joyful. Again, it's a very joyful relationship. So I would say this is a relationship that's growing deeper. It's not going to start out super deep at the beginning. It's going to be fun, playful, and all of that. And then it's going to over time morph into this really deep commitment. So play and have fun, but for your own energy, like make sure that you are also matching that energy of just being playful and fun. This 3 of Cups also is like a trio. So this means you can have other thing going on the side, you know, and it could be another romantic relationship. It could be good friends that you like to hang out with, but don't focus all of your attention on FF right now. You want to put your play and have fun, but also have other things that keep you occupied, and the relationship will eventually grow into that direction. So yeah. What did you pull a charm?
I did. I got this little rabbit, he reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, right?
Yeah.
So I get the sense that this is really playful, fun, and like you said, not so serious, at least not at the beginning. So focus on those playful and fun parts of it. And if you're looking for a connection that's really playful and really fun and lighthearted and easy, great. If you're looking for something that's really deep, maybe look elsewhere or get used to being patient. Also, I don't know, rabbits have very
Fertility.
exactly, right? I'm trying to say how to say it gingerly, right? So I think he's got some sexual interest there as well.
Yes, there's sexual interest. There's definitely that. I see that too. Yeah, I think it's just keep it playful, light, and fun, and it could grow into something really deep and meaningful. But the fun energy, the play energy, the lighthearted energy is what you want to match right now, right? That's where you can match this energy of FF. So yes, thank you so much, Linda. Thank you. All right, next is Jessica. Then we have Galadriel, Helen, Kanan Mother, Adrija, and Miss Alex, and NYCH fan. Mitch fan or NYCH fan? Okay, wonderful. All right, Jessica, 2-card reading. Any questions for Jessica? Oops, we froze. Am I frozen or are you frozen? Who's frozen? I'm still talking because I don't know what's going on here, but Love Witch, did you freeze or did I? Well, we'll find out. I'll keep shuffling the cards until we find out what's going on. Oh, it must be the Love Witch. All right. So we're doing a reading for Jessica. I'm going to look over on YouTube if I can. Oops, you're back. There
I'm
you
back.
are.
Sorry.
What is Jessica's question?
I was trying to pull it up and
That's when
the
everything.
whole internet collapsed. So it's a big one. Here we go.
Okay. Should we move north where it's isolated or south where it's populated to prepare for the coming storm? All right, let's take a look. All right. Oh, interesting. It's really, I crack up because the cards are so funny. Okay, on the suits of the cards, the swords, the wands, the cups, and the pentacles, those are also directional. So swords are east, wands are south, cups are west, and pentacles are north. You didn't get a pentacle or a wand. You got a sword and a cup. So so what the cards are telling you is to look elsewhere, than the two areas that you're looking at, or the two regions that you're looking at. So the first one is the Ace of Swords, which is clarity. It's also a victory and success card. It's a wonderful card, but it also represents this idea of being super clear. So if you are thinking of moving in a super panicked, reactive way, this is saying be rational about the move. This is absolute rationality, logic. I think what you can do when we see Ace of Swords come up is do a pros and cons list when you're making a decision, not working from the emotion and not working from fear or worry or any of those things. You want to map it out logically. That is absolutely the energy. It also says the East. So I don't know if that's a possibility. East or West is a possibility. But this is like absolute clarity, being super clear and being logical about it. So that's what you want to do. Look at it logically. What are the pros of moving to an isolated area? What are the cons of moving to an isolated area? What are the pros of living in a more populated area and cons of that? So that you can kind of find your sweet spot. I think another logical thing is to actually be in the place that you are thinking of moving, like spend some real time there, because just popping in and checking out a town or an area, may not give you the whole flavor for that area, and you want to find out if this is a match for you. Oh, what could also be really good. Oh, I love this. Let's do a magic 21 about this. Think of the 21 most important things that you are looking for and list those out. That list of 21 is a really powerful manifesting petition. So if you want to manifest your perfect living situation, pick your top 21 qualities of the place that you want to live, and the house that you want, or the place that you want, and the community that you want. List those out, and then carry it with you when you go looking at places, so that you can manifest, or hold it with you while you're looking online for places. But you absolutely need to spend time in the area. 10 of Cups shows a little house in the background, which is awesome to see. I do see a happy situation, but this could be where you are now. It could be north, south, east, or west. But what you want to do is get very clear about what is going to satisfy you, because the 10 of Cups is about complete emotional satisfaction. So be logical, look at the pros and cons, also make that list of 21 qualities of your perfect living situation, and you can manifest it. And to find that place, I think that is the focus that you need. That is, Ace of Swords energy is focus and clarity. You need to have that clarity. And you will find a place that is absolutely beautiful. But interestingly, it's not saying north or south. It's saying look farther, look in other areas as well. So keep your options open as to the direction that you move, because we didn't get a card that said north or south. So yeah, but I do see a happy situation for you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I got this castle, And so this is really interesting to me because this says nothing about location, but it is all about the place that you're going to find. So I think really keep a super open mind about which direction you want to head in and let the house be what guides you. So be looking at homes in all of the different areas and then really find the one that is calling out to your heart. I know like I've had times in the past where I was like super committed to like moving to a certain place. And then I went and visited and I was like, what the hell was I thinking? So visit first, right? Really make sure that you're considering places that are actually places you know you like. That's a
Yeah.
really important part too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said for not just the house, but the community that you're living in. Does it feel supportive and safe? That's an important thing. And so, if that's what you're thinking about and why you're moving is so that you feel supported and safe, then look at other areas too. Look around, but also check out those communities and see what the vibe is, and spend some time there. You can't find it in one afternoon.
Yeah.
You have to dig a little bit deeper. So I think that's important as well. Thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you. Um, Galadriel, you've got a
Happy belated
reading.
birthday.
Happy belated birthday. Um, I'm having a hard time writing poems for my poetry class. I have 3 due tonight by midnight. Oops. You sound like me when I'm in school. I do everything the night before the homework is due. And a final portfolio due on the 8th. How do I get past block and get this writing done? Ah, well, you know what really comes to mind? I mean, I'm going to pull a card too, but what comes to mind is, do you have an oracle deck or a tarot deck at home? Pull a card and write a poem about that card. Like,
Yep, there you go.
you know, I think that this can be such a great tool for creativity. I've got an oracle deck right here that I'm kind of obsessed with right now. I love it. It's The Lost Oracle by
Ooh, that looks
Fiona
cool.
Horn. And it's kind of got these old images that are kind of like Salem, old magic, like old timey magic, right?
Ooh, I
So
want this.
isn't that a cute deck? I love Fiona too. She's amazing. So it's got these interesting images on it, but like I could like if you pull a card, like ask the cards, show me open up my creativity and show me the poem that I'm supposed to write right now, and then the House of Love. You could call your poem The
There
House
you
of
go.
Love, and then there you go. You shall be loved. I love it. The good thing about poetry is nobody can say it's a bad poem because it's a
Mhm.
poem. It's not a math
Yep.
problem. You
If
don't
they
have
say
to
it's a
get it
bad
right.
poem, they're gonna look like they don't get poetry, so there you
Yeah, exactly. So,
go.
like, I feel like, if you, need to write a poem, yeah, use some oracle or tarot cards to get you started and just write. And here's the other thing I will give you from a writer's perspective. Your job is to write a crappy first draft, right? Write a crappy poem first about the House of Love. Because once you write that crappy poem, you can go, well, wait a minute, there's this one part that I really like in there, and I'll build on that. But to sit and look at the blank page is hard. But if your job is to write a crappy poem, that's easy to do, right? So whenever I'm writing a book, I say my job is to write a crappy first draft. I write the crappy first draft, and then I go and I fix it, right? I go in and I make it better. But if I sit there and go, I have to write it perfect the first time I write it, I won't write a word, right? So let's see what the cards have to say about this too. I'd love to see that. But yeah, House of Love. It could be your poem. Like I mean, find an oracle deck and just start there, or find a tarot deck and tell the story of the card, right? Write a poem about the moon, right?
Perfect card.
You know what? This absolutely reflects what I've been talking about, because the moon is saying this is a card for creatives, and it's a big card for creatives, and I'll tell you why. The crawfish represents the crawfish crawls on the bottom of the river, right? And it's coming up to the surface and it's climbing out on the road. This is bringing your deep emotions to the surface and then heading down that road, right? Your job is to avoid the dog and to avoid the wolf. The dog is being a people pleaser. The wolf is being a selfish a-hole. You don't want to be a selfish a-hole that writes a poem that nobody can understand, but you also don't want to write a people pleasing namby-pamby poem that is like, you know, milk water. Who wants that? So write your poem of your truth and channel like what you're feeling right now. You can pull a card to just like get that stimulation going. Here's another thing you can do. Oh my gosh, I've got so many ideas here. Brian Eno and David Bowie did this method that was like um, a method for, they were trying to like break through with creativity. So they were doing all these exercises to like break through like the usual thing. And so what they would do, and I can't remember what it's called, there's a name for it, but there's a system where you take a printed page and you cut up all the words and phrases, and you mix them up, and then you just pull them out at random and you make something out of it. So why not do that? I don't know what that is called. You can find it online, but it's like a kind of, you could do that as your poem. What's the teacher going to say? You're doing an actual technique, so why not? Or let that stimulate that creativity. I love it. I love it. But your job is, the last thing I want to say about this is that under the moonlight, the crawfish can only see one step in front of her or him, right? She can only see one step in front of her. That's the whole point. You're not going to have the finished poem in your head. You just have to write down the crappy version first so that you can take the next step to refine it, so then you can have a beautiful poem to turn in tonight. So there you go. I hope that helps. Oh, writer's block and having the stress of a deadline is the worst. I agree, but you can do it, girl. I believe in you. You've got 5 hours to do 3 poems. You could totally do it.
Totally. Yeah, that pulling cards is such a great tool, right? Like there was a while back when I needed to make a list of 100 affirmations for a project, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is impossible. And I thought about it, I was like, well, I've got 78 cards right here in my hand. That's 78 affirmations. I know that I can do that because Pamita did that in her book. So I just can't repeat her exact same ones. Right? And then I wrote 78 affirmations in like an hour. And then I pulled out an Oracle deck and did 25 more, and I had more than 100. So yeah, that's a really easy way to do it. The charm I pulled is this nice little like mother and child charm. I think this is about your inner child and doing things that make your inner child happy in order to get inspiration. For me, I've been like really overexposing myself to theater lately. And every time I sit down in the theater, I think about when I was like 10 years old and I saw The Wizard of Oz at my little community theater. And I thought about that for months and like thought about every little detail for so long. And so every time I sit down in a theater, I'm like, oh my God, my inner child is giddy right now. So find things that make you feel that way. And also, I think this is the complete opposite of this advice, but we're at a time right now where there's a lot to get upset or enraged about. And those things too can be great inspiration. I know that like when I'm really going through it, I can find that very inspiring. So
I would
right.
say that's not opposite because Mama Bear protects her
Hey, great point.
children,
Yeah,
right?
such a
And
good point.
so you need to like protect your afraid self by also being by mothering yourself, right?
Totally. That's such a good point. So
Yeah.
yeah, so tap into your rage, put the rage to the page, or find things that are really fun and get inspiration there. Expose yourself to other art. Go read some poetry. And hey, if it sounds like you're like us, you're a fantastic procrastinator. So get inspired by your deadline. It has arrived. Now's the time.
I know. I think this could be really, you could really play with this and have fun. There's something very playful and childlike about picking a card and just writing about what you see on the card. So
Mhm.
if you don't have a deck, there's all kinds of, I think you do though, Galadriel. I'm kind of like really would be surprised if you didn't have a deck of some kind around. But if you don't have a deck, you can go online. There's all kinds of like tarot.com and Llewellyn have these free reading things. You can pick one card there.
Yep.
Um,
Or you could get our naughty or nice.
well, that's not going to help her for her homework tonight.
But she's got plenty of poems she needs to write in the future. I know
Yes.
her.
So the Love Witch and I collaborated on making the Naughty or Nice Oracle deck. It just dropped today. We only have 70 copies and it's going to go away forever. It's a 72 card Oracle deck, which is a ginormous Oracle deck. I realized, I'm
You
like,
just couldn't stop.
holy crap, we really went over budget on our deck. But it's a 72 card deck. It's a beautiful quality. It comes in this gorgeous little velvet holiday bag, so you can give it to someone as is. It comes with a handy little guide that what each card means, but you can also make your own meanings for it. It is such a delightful deck. It's filled with vintage postcard images of holiday vintage cards from the holidays, and we have 36 cards that are cute and nice, like family, togetherness, generosity, and all kinds of other things. And then we have 36 cards that are like sugar daddy, gossip,
A
like sort of
fair.
saucy things. All kinds of wild and wacky things. We had so much fun putting this together. So check it out. It's available at the Parlor of Wonders, and it only have 70. It's reasonably priced. It's $33, and so you could get it for a friend, you could get it for yourself, but we only have 70. And when they're gone, they're gone. That's the
A
end of
true
it. So
collector's item.
yeah, really. And we'll do another one. We'll do another collectible deck, but we just wanted to have fun for the holidays and for you to have fun with this cute little seasonal holiday funny little oracle deck that is adorable. We think it's adorable. And there's some cards. My favorite card, what's your favorite card in the deck?
Theft.
The theft card cracks me up. When we were making this, I pulled an image and it's these little angels like filling up bags of gold. The love witch says it's theft. The angels are stealing from God. I don't know. Mine is sugar daddy. There's a sugar daddy card, which is Santa walking around with this decorated tree person. And it's like Santa's the sugar daddy for the glamorous tree. I sort of love that one. So
yeah, I just love that idea of angel stealing it.
I love the angel
Makes
stealing
me
too.
so happy.
You'll have lots of laughs and fun with this deck, you guys. It's a really fun deck. So check it out. I need to put that on my announcements too, but I'm not going to be doing announcements for a few weeks. Maybe there won't be any.
It'll be sold out by then. We've
Yeah.
already sold several today, so we have less than 70 remaining now.
Yeah.
So make sure to get it if you want it.
Absolutely. All right. So let's look at our next one. Thank you, Galadriel. You got this. You got this, girl. All right. Helen, then Kanan Mother, then Adrija, then Miss Alex, then Niche Fan. Okay. Or New York City H Fan. I don't know what that is. New York City Hell's Kitchen? No, I don't know. What's the H stand for? Helen, good evening, Madam Pemington Lovitch. One card reading, this may be too specific, but the likelihood wisdom of a European trip during January 20th. Okay. Yeah, I think that going to Europe, there's no problem with that ever. It's so beautiful, and at the moment, mostly sane leadership over there. All right, let's see. All righty. Oh, you know what? It's good. You're safe. You're protected. It's going to fill your heart. I think it's going to, when I think of Queen of Cups energy, she's so peaceful. I think during all this, icky, horrible transition, you might want to get out just to have some peace and some calm. If you can, especially if you can go by the water, whether that's water of a lake or an ocean, if you can spend time near the water, I think that would be very good. This could be a wonderful getaway for just clearing, cleansing, and just refreshing and having peace. I think of her, the cups cards as being very peaceful cards. And so, yeah, it could be very good for you. I think it would be good for you. I think you should do it. And probably tickets are pretty cheap that time of year. Yeah, I think it's a great thing. What did you get for a charm?
A peace sign. Isn't that incredible? And what's interesting is this peace sign says wear on it, WEAR, which I'd never even noticed until right now. So I think wear your peace on your sleeve, right? Like be really calm and peaceful on your travels. Be really nice to the people you encounter in order to call that same energy back in. And yeah, I think also it's a really weird tip, but some of the clothing that you wear while you're on your trip and when you have really peaceful or really great days, when you want to cultivate that energy down the road, put that piece of clothing back on.
Wow.
I did this the other day. I was feeling not so great. So I put on something that I wore when I was in LA visiting you. And I was like, oh, now I feel really good. So yeah, give that a shot.
I love that when you visited me, that was a happy time. It was a very happy
The
time
happiest
for you.
time.
Oh, that's so sweet. You need to come back.
I know.
I need to come out and see you. That's also
Yeah.
another thing too.
Yeah, you need to do
Um,
that so I don't have to find a cat sitter.
that's true. That's right. You have to you have your high needs a child that you have to take care of. Yeah, so a trip during that time could be really sweet and really peaceful, and you could be, an ambassador for peace and kindness too, too. I love that. And if it
I
isn't a piece of clothing, it could be a piece of jewelry, right? That's another
totally,
thing.
absolutely, even
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
And I think too, I know a lot of people are like nervous about traveling right now because of what people might think about Americans. So this is your opportunity to show off that like we're not all crazy, right? That our country's not a monolith and we are not our leaders.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think, I was feeling a lot because I'm going to Germany, but I'm like, German people probably really get it.
Yeah.
You
We gotta be the last to judge
They
us.
really probably get it that not everybody supports the regime and that you can be a victim in a regime as well.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It will be peaceful and it will be nice to get away from all the, drama and trauma here, I think. Will you
Mhm.
take me with you is the question, Helen. Can I go in your
Yeah.
suitcase? All right, we have Kanan Mother, Adrija, and then Miss Alex, then Niche fan, New York City hospital fan. No, you wouldn't be a fan of a hospital. You're gonna have to tell us what that means. Okay, um, Kanan, Kanan Mother. Sorry. Um, what's the most important thing I should focus on to improve my life right now? What a great question. I love a what or how question with a reading. Those are the ones that make me excited as a reader. I'll say that. They're so rich. A how or a what question really has
Mhm.
room for lots of exploration in a reading.
Sometimes people book like a 30-minute session with me and then they'll have a yes or no question. And I'm like, no, what do you want to talk about now? We got 29 more minutes.
Yeah, yes, no questions are fine. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with a yes, no question, but we get the answer yes, right away, right? And we could talk about it a little bit, but I love a rich how what question. What you should be focusing on. The chariot
Mm.
card. I love the chariot card. It's one of my favorite. I have a lot of favorites. Don't make me choose which of my children is my favorite. My tarot children. I identify with this card because it's the card that represents the sign of Cancer. Did you know that?
I did know that.
And it's because the guy is moving with his house, just like a hermit crab moves with his house, right? Or her house. So the chariot card represents movement. Now it can represent literal movement, travel, going places. So what can improve your life right now is forward motion, right? Doing some forward motion. So it could be traveling, it could be going to other places, and it doesn't have to be extravagant travel. It could be traveling to a new part of town or to a nearby, city or something like that. Exploring new places and going new places could be really helpful for you right now and to improve your life. This can also mean moving. Like if you're thinking about moving, if that's on your mind, this could be moving to a new place, a new situation. But it doesn't have to always mean literal travel or literal movement. It could be energetic movement, like meaning I'm going forward in my career. There's a part of the chariot card is like the mastery of the charioteer is driving it and moving it in the direction that he wants to go, right? He's moving them in that direction. So it's like this can be forward motion, open roads. Like think of open roads energy to achieve your goals, to have that energy of like your path is clear. So movement of all kinds, whether that's movement in a literal sense or movement in a figurative sense, this is what is going to improve your life right now. So decide on what that means for you and decide on what that destination is or what it is that you want to achieve or where it is that you want to go. I look at this card and I get so happy because I think, ooh, I love travel. Not everybody does love travel. I love travel. That's like my indulgence, my real self-care indulgence. I don't buy fancy clothes. I shop at the Target basically. I don't have a fancy car. My car's 10 years old. I don't have a lot of extravagant doodads, but I will buy a ticket and fly somewhere. I love to go to new places. I love that experience. So if that's you too, this could be like planning a little, weekend getaway. It doesn't have to be, a big splashy thing either.
we've really got to work on teleportation spells because I love to travel, but I hate the act of traveling. I just want to be there.
Oh,
I don't want to
yeah,
fly
that's
anywhere.
true.
Maybe
Yeah.
on a broom, but on an airplane, ugh, gosh. But I just need to fly some like really fancy first class, I think.
Or either go first class, which you can do with miles, but you could also just take a sleeping pill and sleep through it all.
Hey, that doesn't sound too bad either.
And you wake up and you're at the place, right? So
Do you have
you
one
just
that
take
lasts
a
4
nap.
years? Um,
Exactly.
for your charm, I pulled this heart with these paw prints on it. So if you have pets, I think right now is a really great time to be fostering that connection with them and spending more time with them and really enjoying the time you spend with them. If you don't have pets, maybe it's time to consider getting one. But if not, you can spend time with your friends' pets or with animals in nature, right? Animals in documentaries and books, learning about animals. The Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars is a really fantastic book that you're going to want to dive into next year. So, yeah, find some ways to connect with animals, whether it's an animal that's already in your life or an animal whose characteristics you would like to step into within the coming months.
Or you can get a chariot and a horse and do the chariot and the animal.
Yeah, and you could make a lot of money like that in New York City doing those horse-drawn carriage rides.
Those poor horses and those horse-drawn carriage rides. You could also,
Just for
think of
things at different
I
prices.
saw that if you have a dog, go take your dog for a walk in a new area, go out in nature.
Yeah.
The best I have this in my book, if you have a dog, I don't know if you have a dog, but for those of you that have dogs, go on a sniffari. A sniffari. I didn't make that up. I saw that and I was like, "Oh my god, that's brilliant." Which is taking your dog into a quiet, nature-filled space where there's not a lot of other people, not a lot of other dogs, and just letting them, have them on the leash or not, depending on your dog, but follow them where they go. Let them take the lead, and if they want to spend 15 minutes sniffing a tree, let them spend 15 minutes sniffing the
Mhm.
tree. Let them lead the way and follow your dog and observe what they're doing. Your dog is doing. It's such a fun thing. So, yeah, that's a little tip from my book, but only one of 1,000 other things in that book that are so fun for playing with animals and making magic with animals. Great. Thank you so much, Kanan Mother. Adrija, Miss Alex, and NYCH fan. Okay. Thank you. All right, Adrija. So good to see you, Adrija. All right. Thank you so much for your donation. Do you see A coming for reconciliation? If yes, when? Let's take a look. Okay. Okay, here's the thing. When you ask a yes no question, remember we said, oh, yes no questions, there's not a lot to work with there. But this is one thing that happens when we have a yes no question. When we have a yes no question and an ace appears, it's a yes.
Yeah.
That's the first card that popped up. So A is going to come for reconciliation. Now, Ace of Wands, I would be kind of like, careful with Ace of Wands because Ace of Wands can sometimes mean that passion is the driver, really, that it may be a sexual desire that's bringing them back, but that may be fleeting. That doesn't always mean sticking around. I have a feeling that it's going to take some time. It may be I feel like in the middle of winter, it may be around the holidays or in January before A comes around, because we have this stubborn King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles can sometimes be like someone who's stubborn. It's earth energy, slow moving, solid, convinced that they're right. So I have a feeling that's what the slowness is about, is that A feels like they're right. They're in the right in this situation. You want to honestly, this is what you want to see, is that an effort is being made to rectify the situation. With Seven of Wands is somebody who works hard to achieve the goal. And I think the goal is to win you back or to make an effort. So I would want to see also a transformation, which is the Magician card as well. Here's what I mean. Anybody can say, I'm sorry. Anybody can say, I'm sorry. If I did something crappy to the Love Witch and then I just come back and go, oh, I'm sorry, that doesn't really compensate for the harm that I did, right? When you do something that is harmful, if you just come back and say you're sorry, it's not really enough. What the person needs to see is that you're genuinely understanding why this was problematic and that I have worked to make a change, right? Don't you agree, Love
Yeah.
Witch? Yeah.
Yeah. I have a joke though. I like to say cash only apologies, but or
I
cash
perfect.
apologies only. Sorry, I switched my
Cash
words around.
apologies. Yeah. So I think, the magician represents transformation. I think you need to see real transformation. So when A comes back, um, they may come back with words that are like smooth talking and I'll remember the good times that we had and da 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 da. But have they actually done the work? We don't want to see somebody saying, yes, I will do the work. They actually have to have done the work. And with that stubborn energy, there may be a justification or deflecting or doing that. You need to see that they've actually done the work. It's not something that you ask, it's something that they have to show you. It's their responsibility to show you. So, for example, I'm just going to make up something. They lost their temper and they were a real a-hole and said some horrible things to you, right? Are they in anger management classes? If not, what the heck, right? If they, have an issue with, breaking trust, what are they doing to rebuild trust with you? Are they just saying sorry and expecting you to welcome them back with open arms? You've got to see some change in this person before you are, that there can be a reconciliation. So, all right. So, thank you so much, Adrija. What do you have for Adrija and the charms?
This tiny little bundle of grapes. And this is really interesting to me. I think this is echoing what you just said. Is like there has to be real growth there. Here's what's interesting about grapes: they can take up to like 3 years to grow. So, is this going to be fast enough for you? I don't know. I'm not saying it's definitely going to take 3 years, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to need to be real growth that is like, um, you know, that he's invested time in.
Yeah.
So, yes, it will happen, but make sure it's happening for the right reasons. And then enough time has passed for there to have been real growth and that you can really see that change. It's interesting. There's grapes and the King of Pentacles too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's that stubborn energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Adrija. Thank you. All right, Miss Alex, and then NYCH fan, New York City hockey fan, maybe?
I just Googled and apparently there's a museum called NYCH. So I wonder if you're a
Oh,
fan of that museum.
it could be
I really
just
want to know. And they haven't been back in chat. So I don't know if we're
okay.
going to find
Is
out.
it just a donation, I guess, because there's no question?
There's no question. It just says for the people of Ukraine. So
Oh, thank
thank
you
you
so
so much.
much. Thank you so much. Miss Alex Kennedy, what direction to focus my energy on? I'm a single mom in poverty in grad school that I can't focus on with this looming threat, feeling pulled to instead educate and lead. Yeah, but worried that it's a trauma response, control response. I'm very isolated, have no mentors to turn to. Well, you can join us on Sundays for the magical resistance, the witch resistance. We have that every Sunday. I won't be there for the next 3 weeks, but Honoreo, the love witch, and Miss Kelly will be there to answer your questions and to give you community and support and give you ideas. I think that, one of the things I'm going to speak to this just before I turn over a card. But I think one of the things that you can do is, there's when we get overwhelmed with seeing so many different things that we have to fix, it can be absolutely paralyzing because we go, well, I got to fix this and I got to fix that and I've got to fix this thing over there. And I care about the environment. I care about this community and I care about, this country over here. I mean, you can go all over. And yet you have your children that you need you, and you also have grad school that you need to focus on. So I will say this, you being in grad school as a single mom is an act of rebellion right
Yeah.
there, right? That is an act of rebellion because it's self-care and empowerment. That is an act of rebellion against an authoritarian regime, right? So that part can be so powerful and amazing. You also don't have to organize, although it feels good to have community, but find a community that you feel like, just one that you can get involved in to the level that feels like it isn't depleting you, right? Because you got to maintain your energy as well. That could be Zoom meetings. Like we have the Zoom sessions that we're doing on Sundays. You can join that, or you could join.
Alex was there tonight.
Oh, you were excellent. Yay. So that can be a thing that you can do. You can also find an activist organization where you are if you want in real life stuff. Like for some people, that's way more satisfying to know that there are people in your community, in your neighborhood, that you're not surrounded by Christian nationalists. That can be a very empowering thing to do. And what we suggested was going to the libraries, and libraries are bastions of education, critical thinking, and learning. And most librarians are pretty progressive, So if that's the case, your library is a great resource and it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything. You can bring your kids with you. They can enjoy looking at the books or story time, and you could be talking to the librarian. So you are also taking care of your kids and also taking care of yourself at the same time, and it doesn't cost anything. So getting creative in that way could be a really good thing. So yes. Now working on your thesis that you're working on, your graduate thesis or whatever you're working on, find communities at school. Your school is another bastion of education and learning and progress. Not everyone that is there is going to be that way, but you will find plenty of people who are. So find a support group or study buddy or somebody that's in your program that can also support you and help you. It could be one person and you get together over Zoom, or you get together in person and you work on your theses together next to each other, right? Or virtually over Zoom or FaceTime or something like that. You could just, make dates to work on things, or to have that accountability piece so that you can get through it. So these are all things that you can do. And I think many of us are feeling like so overwhelmed, so shocked, and like it's like the after effects of this earthquake that we have felt. Like it's the unbelievable has happened, right? But after, you will not always feel this way. You will not always feel this sense of overwhelm. And I think you can fast track that feeling of safety and community and support and empowerment by finding the people in your community that are at your school, at your library, and virtually you can be with us. And that may give you the sips of air so that you can stick your head above water and to get through this. Also talk to your advisors. And also, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, you're at a school, you have advisors, but you also have counselors. Your advisors, explain to them what you're going through. Your advisors are probably going to be sympathetic to what you're going through because they're probably going through it too. Get counseling at school, free counseling to help you navigate this and to help you give you tools so that you can do this, and a safe space to express your fears and to talk to somebody who can help you navigate that as well. Lots of resources out there for you. I just feel really like you just a matter of getting to those resources, right? So good. Yeah, you're not alone. Even in deep red states, there are pockets of resistors there, and you can find them.
And
Yeah.
there's also people like me who aren't there anymore, but who've been there and who feel it and who understand you and who are there to provide support from afar. So yeah.
Yeah. It's excellent. And you can see the Love Witch every Sunday at the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party.
Yeah.
Here's the card I pulled. What a great,
Great.
empowered, wonderful Queen of Swords. Healthy boundaries. This card came up earlier, right? Draw healthy boundaries. Preserve your energy, right? You can be compassionate and caring, and that's that mala around her wrist, and also be healthy boundaries, right? If you're done talking about what's going on in the state of the world, you're done talking about it, right? If you don't want to try, you don't, and also you don't have to try and convince anybody at this point. The vote has been done. You don't need to convert anybody. You don't need to convince anybody. You just, I would say, cut them off of
Yeah.
your energy, right? And say, you don't get me because of, how you voted, if that's what you need to do, right? Or you can draw those healthy boundaries, right? If you have to deal, like, let's say, I'm just going to throw out some for instances. Maybe you have your advisor for your thesis is somebody who is pro this horrible regime. You can ask for another advisor. You can say, this doesn't work for me anymore, right? I think there's something so great about the Queen of Swords, which is she's a clear communicator and she communicates her boundaries. So if you have things that you don't want to deal with anymore, you can create boundaries around yourself. You can be kind to those who are, kind to you and you see as compassionate people, but you don't have to be involved with people who are not kind and compassionate either. So
100%.
yeah.
I pulled my favorite charm from this whole set. It's these little acorns. It's my favorite because of this weird hidden detail that I'm sure was not intentional. But at the top of this charm, to me, I see the magician. I see that as above, so below stance.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I think this is a really important message that like your magic is powerful. Acorns are tiny seeds that result in giant trees. And while it may take them a long time to grow, they're strong, they're sturdy, and they started somewhere. So don't feel like you have to transform your whole life or change up everything you're doing. Start small, do little things, do little magical things. Anything you do can be a magical act. And anything right now, especially that you do to, you said you don't have a mentor, be a mentor. If you don't have anybody inspiring you, inspire others, like be the change you want to see out there in the world. And these little acorns are saying no matter how small of a change you put out there, it will have really big effects. And right now, those small things have the opportunity to create even bigger waves than ever before, because so many of us need those little signs of hope, right? So be sprinkling them around.
But I think, you have people that you can connect to so easily if you make a small effort too. This is a small effort. Like we said, going to the library, going into the school, talking to the professors, talking to other students. These are all things that are really not extra, like you have to do a whole bunch to get there. They're already kind of there. And so you just maybe need to get out of your comfort zone to reach out to these places. If you're a more introverted person or quiet person, well, gosh, schools and schools and libraries are full of introverts, right?
Yeah.
Also bookstores, bookstores, you can find really progressive bookstores. You can find progressive people even in these really authoritarian areas. And I think you know you probably aren't going to find them at Hobby Lobby, but who the hell cares?
Yeah.
Don't
Maybe
go to
you will
Hobby.
find them at Hobby Lobby and you can tell them you don't need to be here.
Oh, I will say this. I mean, obviously, I'm here in Los Angeles, but I was like, okay, we
I know what you're going to say.
we did not estimate like how many of the hex the patriarchy spells we were gonna. I create things and I'm like, sometimes 10 people order it, and sometimes dozens of people order it. You never know. So I didn't have enough black pins. So I had to go quickly find more black pins to stick in this thing. More pins. I've even wiped out all the black pins in Los Angeles, I think. So I went to Joanne Fabric Store, and I'm there and I'm like, hey, do you have any pins of these pins in black? And the woman that was helping me says, no, we just have what's up there. So it's like silver, like a dark silver and a silver one. I said, okay, well, I'll take these and use them. And I said to her, and I'm very vocal and I'm very bold and I'll say whatever to whoever, because I really DNAGF. I had to think about that one. And I really don't care what anyone thinks of me, and I don't care. And I also am in a safer space, right? Not everybody can do that. Not everybody has that safe space, but I'm like, I don't care. I'll say it to anybody. So I said to her, yeah, I'm putting together a bunch of spells to hex Trump. And she goes, I love that. Well, you can really use any color. She goes, I'm a pagan too. And I think this is a great idea. I go, oh, I bet Joanne is so great for all your needs, or doing all your spell works. You got candles, you got pins, you got fabric for making poppets. You can do it all here. But I met this young woman at Joanne, and then another one who was she's like, oh, you're doing a hex. All right, girl. We all know what you're doing. This is a lovely, Joanne is like a lovely, very, very woman and queer space. You only find pretty much gay men and women there.
Totally. That's such a good point.
So it felt so good to be in that space and like know old crotchety old gross men around. I loved it, you know. But so I think you don't have to be as vocal as me. I mean, that's not for everybody, obviously, but I think you've got some really good places nearby, and your school is a really good one. And you can find those. I'm sure there's a lot of activist actions happening at schools right now. And this could be a really great place. So you don't have to feel so isolated in your community if you make a little bit of, just think of it like a detective. You're like a detective, and you're going to find your people. And this little project that you're working on to find these communities where you are doesn't have to happen overnight, but you just keep working at it, and you will find these people, and you won't feel so isolated. You know, there's probably some other moms there too, you know, that you can share childcare duties with. You know, there's lots of things out there. So yeah. So did you pull a charm, or did we already talk about your charm? What was
It was
your
the
charm?
acorn, remember?
Oh, the acorn. That's right. Yeah, that's as above, so below. Yeah.
Isn't that so cool? I had that charm for a really long time before I noticed that too.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. I thought you were going to say a comment how like one's chopped off.
No.
Then I went to a place like their nuts. You could chop off their nuts, you know. Or my mind
I
went.
like what you're thinking, you know, like where your mind goes.
To take away their supposed power, which is no power, right? All right, let's see how much
I want to
we.
share this compliment. I
Oh,
have to. Thank you, Cynthia.
oh
And
my
yeah, these
God.
nails are there's something I did to cheer myself up, right? So do small things, do little things to lift yourself up. I was feeling blue, so I was like, I'm gonna go paint my nails pink. And so I walked across the street, and the lady who did them was so nice, and we had like the most fun for like 30 minutes. And now I'm gonna go see her all the time. I didn't know she was there. So do little things for yourself right now. It's crazy how much just like a small 20-minute thing can transform your day and change your
Self-care,
outlook.
baby.
And now every time I look down and I see these sparkly pink nails, I get happy. So
Okay, we have 150, 230, 330, 330. We did, my gosh, you guys, you were amazing. I'm gonna make sure that's right.
that sounds really high.
Yeah, that seems really high. So let me make sure.
Did you
I'm not the very best at math. So let's see. So let me add it up on a calculator because I'm that lame. Oh no, I added Devon twice. That's why. Because we had Devon in the chat twice. So all right. Um 270. That's awesome. You guys, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so we will be back on whatever the Sunday is
It's the
following.
15th.
It's the 15th of December. We'll be back on the 15th of December. If you want to get a reminder, go ahead and subscribe and then hit the little bell so that you get the notification when I'm on. It will show up on your thing, just a little reminder that we're on so that you can come join us again. That would be a great thing to do. And thank you so much for your donations and helping these seniors in Ukraine. Yeah, you guys are amazing. We love you. We love seeing you every week. And we look forward to seeing you back on the 15th, 16th, 16th.
The 15th.
15th. Sorry.
And thank you, Madam Pamita. This is such a well-deserved vacation. You do so much for not just people in Ukraine, but for all of us. So I hope you have so much fun and get to relax. And I look forward to coming back here on the 15th. And
I'll be posting. Yeah, I'll be posting lots of pictures of cute winter markets and Krampuses. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we planned this trip. We're doing this trip so cheap. So cheap. We're not even bringing our suitcases. We're bringing a carry-on and a backpack and trying to pack in 3 weeks worth of clothes. We're going to be going to laundromats a lot, I think. I'll get to see all the laundromats of Germany.
I can't even fit a day's worth of clothes in what you've just described.
I think of it being like I'm always an overpacker, and I'm thinking of it like, okay, this is a puzzle for me. How can I get all the things I want into these little bags? Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm also going to do the Gen Z thing of wearing lots of layers on the plane. walking around like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man as I get on the plane. Thank you so much, Love Witch. I will talk to you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You guys, I'll see you on the 15th. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for your donations.